Carrie, do you remember how it goes even higher? Because I remember that.
Love the wording.
Oh.
Аз в момента живея точно...
Да не има сграда. Има една сграда от друга страна на реката, която е известна с много ефтини...
Предполагам, виж се, в принцип Кининг парк е много блага ерия, понеже е действително близо до центъра, пък не си купили.
Сейфти. Да, какво ще шахта по средата?
Аз където съм живел по Гладго. Добре, вие живеете в Меридъл, между другото, за сейфти.
Значи аз мога да ти кажа, че мен е неприятно, като да речем тръгвам сутринта в 6. Нали, защото е тъмно, да се прибираме вечер.
Добре, има някой не.
Няма между. Да, съм честен. Има такива, де се прибират, ама те са толкова.
Shit, I'm so sorry. Sorry about that there. Grab those. Oh, I haven't broken anything, have I? I'm sorry about that.
Oh, cool. So I'll just put that one there.
Good old chalkboards. So if you lecture theatre, it's still like chalkboard.
I could have done it all on chalkboard.
draw out HTTP requests.
Yes, I'm just doing down there so people can use it. But it doesn't have to be in your mouth.
Should plan ahead and put some hints for the hardware challenge on the platforms. Just randomly litter around.
There's going to be another one on the other side. Yeah. Yes. The implicit will be I am I'm just going to say that. Do you mind guys passing this? We're just going to give probably like 2 more minutes because some people are confused about where this is.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
I might go like, not this summer, maybe next summer, I might go like 2 months, somewhere like
Pseudo apps gets all the people.
Akio audience!
Should have brought my pineapple. Yeah, that's amazing. Great. I think that is probably better if you just like we can get some power, and if you have your. Well, the thing is like we can just.
Does anybody have a USB? Yeah. Well, you have iPhone?
Unplug everything just
But do you have from like power to?
I have.
majority of this, so we did
We are very
presentation skills
organized.
when I was leaving. One of the presentation skills we were so have your talk on cue cards. So have a deck of cards for to go through the keywords that you want to cover in there. We'll have cue cards for our final investigation. And during the final investigation, the first guy was just about to go up. So he's really nervous, he gets called, goes to the front. But just before he starts, the lecturer goes, "Oh, just an announcement." And the kid totally loses his track and he stands there in front of the class, really, really nervous. And what do you do when you're nervous? When you have a deck of cards in your hands? He started shuffling it. And then he looked down and went, "What have I done?" Excellent! What's up?
That's
great. Can I go last? Go my deck. Not bad.
That's always that's like the equivalent of doing like a software demo.
Yeah.
The app crashes
Yeah,
when
exactly.
you do the very first thing.
So what's the fun thing is to do? If you ever see anyone in the office using Sublime Text, just walk over and hit F9 on their keyboard because it sorts all the lines by alphabetically. Just do Control-C to undo it, right?
Yeah, but they freak out there for a couple of minutes. Yeah, that's good. I'll remember that one.
Right. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming around to the second workshop for CDX. Hope you're all excited for this, as we are, because this is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm just going to, in a few seconds, pass the word to Per and Sean, that are going to lead the workshop. Just a few words. If you need power, we are running a bit of power extensions under your feet. If you need more, there's literally a bucket full of them there. Just raise your hand and we'll deliver one of the power extenders. Yes? Okay, I'll write that. I'm done there. Okay, cool. So, thank you very much for joining us, guys, and over to you.
Cool, thank you, Stefano. Some of you know me because I teach a course in fourth year. My name is Per Hammer. I work at JP Morgan. I do some what we call Chief Development Office. My job is to look after developers, make sure they're pointed in roughly the right direction. When I'm not doing that, I'm involved with all of our work at Glasgow Union, both in terms of recruiting and teaching and stuff like that, which is why I'm here. If you're in second year, you should be coming to our spring week. If you're in third year, you should have applied for our internship. If you're in fourth year, you should have applied for your grad positions already. If you haven't, come see me at CDX and we'll talk about it. Also at CDX, we'll do a CV workshop. So if you bring your CVs to CDX, Danielle and myself will be around so we can go through and do a bit of a CV editing session with you if you want to get some feedback on that. And that's the sales pitch. Sean is a recovering black hat. I think it's a polite way of putting it. He knows far more about software hacking than I ever do, so I'm just going to shut up and let Sean take it away. Cool.
Thank you very much. As he said, I'm Sean Cornish. I'm a security guy. We don't tend to call ourselves hackers when we're working in corporations because it makes suits nervous. But we're going to talk a little bit about that. Specifically, what we're going to be talking about today is ethical hacking. I don't really like the term ethical. It implies some kind of morality has gone into what you're doing. But that's semantics. I'm going to leave it where it is because that's what people respond to. It kind of says, I'm a good guy hacker, not a bad guy hacker. If I just said hacking for fun and profit, they probably wouldn't let me give the talk. As Per mentioned, I'm a security guy. I don't do any outreach stuff. I'm not going to give you a sales pitch. I'm just going to talk security. I work as a security architect. I don't build ultra-secure buildings. Basically, that job is kind of half POCing and testing out security tools, half analyzing security of applications that get built in JP Morgan. So primarily focused on kind of app security stuff, and that's where we're going to kind of focus most of this today. We're not going to be popping shells. I'm not running any buffer overflows or anything like that. Primarily looking at app security, specifically web security, and I'll show you why in a minute. So I've got a few slides. Shouldn't take too long. I want to set some kind of groundwork and kind of lead into the actual live demo. I know everybody's got computers, and they were told to bring computers with Kali on them. You can follow along, but probably when I get to some of the like tools and stuff where there would potentially be a lot of traffic generated, don't do that. You'll probably get in trouble. I'm not going to do that. I have pre-canned output from some of the tools. What I am going to show you is primarily methodology. How many of you guys have seen like a Troy Hunt video where he shows you how to do cross-site scripting or something? Couple random folk. How many have YouTubed a video on how to hack a web app and seen a SQL injection exploit? More? Less? Okay, so this is not one of those conversations. I'm not going to show you a single exploit and say, look, I'm running this against a known vulnerable application, and wow, it's popped up an alert box that says you are Hackzord. I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is talk about ways that you can ethically, and I use that term with quotes, ethically hack, build up the skills and tools to become a professional hacker, and professional in the way that you get paid for it, it's legal, you can wear stupid t-shirts and go talk to kids about stuff, that kind of professional hacker. So before we start getting too far into it, a lot of people say, and a lot of this is for the kind of suits again, hacking. Now, I, as Per alluded to, was not always a professional hacker. I used to just be a hacker. I didn't really know in the kind of mid-90s that what I was doing was going to be eventually very illegal. I thought I was doing a lot of fun exploitation of weak security practices. I didn't even consider myself a hacker at the time until I started to meet other people who were hackers. And then they started making a bunch of laws against stuff that we were doing, and they said, you can't do that, and you guys, hackers are bad. And there was a whole semantic debate that still rages today about the term hacker and whether or not, as a professional, I can call myself as a hacker if I'm not a black hat. So then we start getting into silly stuff, calling ourselves ethical hackers or white hat hackers and stuff like that. Really, hackers are hackers. Every hacker, whether you're considered a black hat, malicious, bad guy hacker, or a white hat, good guy, super nice hacker, everyone uses the same tools, the same skills, the same knowledge. They're all hackers. The delineating factors between all of these various hats and ethics and morality and legality and stuff is basically down to, do you have permission and what's your motivation? Now, it can get a bit weird if you're state-sponsored, for example. If you're one of the APT9 crew out of China, ethically, morally, you're doing it for the good of your country, but the people who you're hacking probably don't think of you as such a good guy. So it gets a little bit weird there. And then some people who start out black hats can move to white hats, and vice versa. You can start out a white hat and move to a gray hat or a black hat. I was talking with a pen test friend of mine who was talking about a bug bounty program that Facebook was doing. And this hacker, normal white hat hacker mission, was doing stuff that he was supposed to do. And he